Bam, shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on and appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go. Bitcoin pumping, 112,150 doing damage. God bless everybody out there. Thank you so much, my team, for the lemon and the water. Why would you put it so far away? It's a bit odd. Why? That's not even funny. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. What a blessed day it is to be alive. May God bless each and every one of you for just being alive, man. I made it through the night. Some people didn't make it through the night. Some ashwagandha, a little maple syrup, a little cayenne pepper, a little bang. Woo! Get you going in the morning. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Let's get that music back up and running. Let's party like the lifers do. And shout out to all my lifers. May God bless everybody here on the live. So I was in a live trade. Okay, I was just in it right now. We pumped up, and it just sold. I just sold the trade for about 700 beans and profitos. Today, we're doing something cool. There was an awesome reward draw that's coming up right now on BITUNIX. And you're one of the lucky people. You will be one of the winners. And we're going to draw that around 11:10 later on today. So stay tuned for that. It may be you. If you were trading under my link on BITUNIX, hey, there's going to be some lucky winners, and I can't wait to find out. So we're going to hit this button and have some fun. Never got to do that before. Oh, my gosh. As I look up, thank you so much for the team, for the QT team that watches the stream to make sure that it's going well and comes into the live and double checks it. What a great job. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And appreciate you. We're looking at the bot right now, and the bot bought the bottom, all right? And it's likely to win, man. All we have to do is get back to 114,000. And this long-term mitigation since the 14th of August will be over. And we'll be in the gains, baby, the gains. Back to what I was teaching, showing you there. We have this cool draw on BITUNIX. I can hit the link, and people are going to win today. Grand prize, $600. Second, $400, $200, $100, and then all the way down the line to the fifth prize. And so I can't wait. Total prize pool is $2,500 to my entire community, which is pretty awesome. All right, so stay tuned for that around 11:10. All right, moving forward. Now that we're kind of back on track here, and it is what it is. Excited for these good times. So let's take a look at what's happened to Bitcoin. I was in a live trade on Weeks. It was goings wells. And let's see what I eventually took the profits on. 580. Dang, I thought I was up like 700. But whatever, I'm blessed. $580 is a great profit for the morning. I was up like almost 800 at one point. They got me at 11,899 and then ripped it right back to the upside too on the lows. So they got me like right there. It's crazy, right? Anyway, I got to be grateful for the win. I was in that trade all weekend long, and it was nice to get the payday. We cracked the 200 moving average of the 5-minute time frame. Look at that big move. Also the 1 minute. Look at when we cracked the 1 minute 200 moving average. Beautiful move to the upside. So once we got above that level, pump. And that's my signal right there. You can see it right when the 1 minute got above the 200 there. It was about 2:30 Eastern Daylight Savings Time in the morning. Big pump to the upside. Then I was looking for this flag to do some damage. It did. It pumped. And then we kind of had some sideways crazy monkey action here throughout the morning. And now it's kind of like back into this guy, right? You can see there's kind of a cup and handle here. There's a shoulder, head, right shoulder. We're above the 200 moving average. Showing signs that this thing may continue to plow here out of a little bit of a scalp, but let's do our top-down analysis. I just took profits, so I just got paid. Not huge, but $580, man. It was a time in my life where I would have been like, what? I made $580 this morning on my trade. And honestly, I'm still very blessed. I'm very, very excited. That's still a substantial amount. If I do that every morning, I'll be doing pretty dang good. So God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Let's take a look at what's happening here for Bitcoin on the bigger time frames. And I show you, like, when you look at Bitcoin, when you look at any coin, take this as a learning experience. You want to look at it from the biggest perspective possible. Then you kind of want to zoom in and see what's happening on the smaller time frames. But it's always good to have that bigger look, right? The 2-month chart, the 3-month chart, which is interesting. The 3-month chart just basically on a massive trajectory to the upside. Not a lot of data there. 2-month chart, to me, it's a little too chunky. So I start off with the monthly, and we said, you know, this monthly has to be green. It kind of has to turn green. Like, it has to basically show some respect here. They played games just enough to get people to short the market, to create a bit of a short squeeze. Just enough. Any lower, it would have actually had to been confirmed bearishness. You know what I mean? But they played with the game, and they brought it back into support. Like, this is support here. See, you're above 108,000. As long as we stay above $108,000 BTC, we're in a dang good spot, everybody. Like, very, very exciting times to be alive. So I love what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin, and this is good. Like, there's nothing wrong with this at all, right? So this is actually a really good thing. So God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to early birds getting the worm with the lifer. And if you took gains with the lifer, let me know. Put a 333. If you were in gains, took gains, or if you've been trading with me all weekend and you've been paying attention, you've been focused, getting it in. All right. From his secret layer, ladies and gentlemen, introducing Mr. Sammy Price Action, the crypto lifer, and his cast of thousands, the 99. Let's give him a round of applause. Shout out to Rave Song Records. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for jumping on in. We love you. Toast to being alive. Amen. 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 Let Bobby, the sound engineer, know everything's sounding great. Hey, Bobby, sounds top-notch today. We appreciate it. You're going to get an extra burger from Five Guys today at lunch, all right, man? All right, yeah. That's on me, buddy. All right, yeah. You want more fries? You want extra fries? That's on me, too. I got you, buddy. All right, thank you. There's nobody here in the studio. We don't eat Five Guys. Well, we do. Like, a couple times. I'll eat Five Guys. Don't get me wrong. I've had it a few hundred times in my life. But I'm alone here. There's nobody here. Bobby, don't tell anybody that you're actually here. I'm alone. I want everyone to think I do this alone, Bobby. I don't want you to have any credit, all right? It's me and me alone. That's it. No, actually, I'm really alone. Like, nobody would ever work with me. I'm insane. You see what I'm saying? Now you don't know what to think, do you? Neither do I. That's the point. So let's take a look here. The monthly. We're trying to find out what's happening here on the monthly. Let's take a look at the 2-week chart. Monthly looks good to me. I just want to see this monthly close green. That's all. We had our tweezer top. I did show you the one time the Dow Jones got out of a nasty situation like this. All right. So there was one time the DJI. The DJ. I love that comment. But at one time the Dow Jozos. The Dow Jonesies. Right here. Very similar right here. Look, it made a bearish engulfing candle. I would have said that is the end. This is a wrap. We're probably going to take a beat down, and then it's, you know what I mean? That's bearish. Like, rising wedge breaking to the downside. No go, right? Away from the 21. Like, come on now. But if they keep printing money, they're going to defy logic. And, like, that says it's going to continue to pump. They could even say shoulder. Are we making the right shoulder? Kind of very similar to what Bitcoin's doing. Right? Bitcoin has the possible shoulder, head right shoulder idea, too, going on right now. It's all there. And you make 62% of the, 70% of the time, you're going to break basically back to the bottom here. That's bearish, right? That close is very bearish. But look what would happen. This would eventually, finish off. And it wasn't even the strongest candle the next month. But this thing would just continue to do damage. As you can see, defy pure logic, defy the bearish engulfing candle on a monthly time frame. And just do the do. So, again, I'm not saying just because this happened that Bitcoin's going to rip out the monthly, but we have to take into account that it's possible. And the coolest thing that it can do, I'll be honest, is it's going to get everybody that's willing to believe this is the end of the bull market to short. We got shorts all the way up to, they will short this puppy. Because what they'll do is they'll go in here with a take profit down at like this area here, They'll be like, 56K, and they'll have stops like somewhere here then. Those would be 3-to-1 risk-reward ratios, like, you know what I mean? And they will have shorts somewhere up to 150, 140,000. They will get us there because they will have so many shorts opened up because that is just such a short signal. Like, not shorting the monthly right there is almost the dumbest thing you can do. Right? And everyone's going to be like, Sam, what are you saying? But Sam, what are you saying? And I don't mean to be rude. I usually don't talk like that. But what I mean is, the average person that knows TA knows that there's high probability of dumpage there. Very high. So most people are going to take even just a head short. Now, see, I'm insane, and I watch Bitcoin every single day, so I know Bitcoin's going to give me a signal underlining that most people will never know about, but I figured out how to do that because I do it every day, and I don't take a day off, and if you don't take a day off, you're going to find information that nobody else knows. Think about this. There's an island that's maybe, let's just say, thousands of acres, and they put a few people on it. And there's a place you can sleep. and you can adventure through the island and learn about it, right? Or you can kind of relax and take it easy. Now, there's 7 days out of the week, and there's like, let's just say there's 100 people in the camp, and one of these people every single day goes out and does an adventure. But a lot of them, 2 days out of the week, they stop. They take a weekend fiesta, right? They take time off. Now, at the end of 4 to 5 year period, who knows more about the island? The guy that just never took the day off, right? Now, you could say, no, he got hurt because he never took the time, and then they actually learned more. Well, whatever, he was really efficient, super disciplined. He took his time. Some of his hikes were not as hard, maybe. Like on the weekends, like maybe 1 day a week, he still went out, but it wasn't as hard. He did find his rest. My whole point is, if you're in the market more than everybody else, he's going to know little secret passageways to water they don't know about. He's going to know about little things. He's just going to find all these little gems that they are going to miss. And he's going to have access to these things. Now, maybe he shares it with them or not. It's up to him, right? And that's kind of what I'm doing. I have access to gems that I've sat in the market. Do I share them with the world? It's up to me. Some people take advantage. Some people take them and try to compete with me, so it depends. But it is what it is, right? God bless everybody here on the live. God bless everybody in the world. And I want to spread light, love, and happiness to everybody, all right? I won't be trampled over, though, and I'm not to be, as I am a nice guy and I want to help others, but I'm also not to be trampled over. Amen? You know what I mean? 100%. Like, I got respect for myself and for my business, and I will always represent it to the fullest extent. So let's take a look here at what's happening to the weekly. Weekly getting a nice bounce off this falling wedge, right? We talked about this many times, and we said once we got the tweezer bottom, we said this week just has to be green. We have to get a green week. And as long as we get a green week, as long as we get a green week, as long as we get a green week up to support here, 114,300, that shows some strength. I like what I'm seeing there, right? Man, this bull run has been so mediocre. I don't know, man. The bull run's been pretty awesome. I'll go over some of the pros and cons of this bull run. The cons, fine. We haven't got alt season like we've all demanded. We haven't got our cake when we wanted it. Okay? It doesn't always happen when you demand it. That's just how it is. Investing isn't a point, shoot, and click situation. It's a point and click and wait. And whoever has the most patience and conviction usually wins. They will try to get as many people off their patience and conviction as they can. And if you can kind of hang on, and so the pros of this rally were, if you had patience in Bitcoin and conviction in Bitcoin, you made life-changing wealth. I made life-changing wealth in front of people in this rally, right? So I have nothing to say. I was heavy into Bitcoin. I also did down here, I bought Bitcoin and altcoins. You see? Down here in 2022 into 2023, I loaded up on all my altcoins and Bitcoin. Solana was $12, $20, $30. Like, this was the time, right? We just started to get a movement. And altcoins started to move here, and they actually made a base, and they got up. And then they played games, but they never went back to this base. So if you loaded up when I loaded up, you're still in the money. We got into Caspa below a penny. Like, you're still in the money. So it's been boring. But a lot of our altcoin buys are still up. Check one. All right, fine. They're not. We didn't get we got explosive alt season March of 24. If you took the money, fine, you'd be in the gains. If you didn't, you're sour. I didn't take all the gains. I took some gains. I did take profit. I kept saying to everyone, take profit. You go back to my post during that time. You'll see me begging, saying, hey, don't be ashamed. Because everyone was saying, don't panic, sell. This couldn't be the end of the rally. And I saw that we were above every single coin. And let's go back to a coin right now that we liked, AI Tech. All right, let's just go back to how it looked. Let me finish my Bitcoin update, and then we're going to get into that. I'm going to show you when to get out of rallies, even when people are telling you the rally's going to pump. And this is something we could probably extrapolate, or I should just redo as another title video, because it's going to, when not to listen to the herd. The herd's going to keep telling you. They're going to edge you on. You got to chill. You can't be doing that, okay? You got to have your own system and style. That way you won't be edged on by the herd. 100%. Let's take a look here at what's happening to BTC. Getting tight. This is another one of my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful signals. You're starting to flag out. Starting to make a nice little flag here on the 3-minute time frame above the 200 moving average. Again, I just took profits. I can't complain. It's funny how quick we get greedy, though. I was up 700, then I took 580, right? And I was like, only 580? I should have taken more of that trade. What's that all about, Interesting, right? How fast the mind moves. 580 ain't bad, but again, it was 1189. Right now, we're back at 112, 189 to be back up that 700. So Bitcoin's looking pretty crispy here on the 5-minute time frame. I have to be honest. It's looking like it wants to get some type of move here to the upside. You can almost extend this. But yeah, it's tight. It's touch of the 21 above the 200 moving average on the 5 with the stochastics. That tells me that I got to take a shot. I don't even want to. But as a bot trader, which means I just do what the trades tell me to do. I don't do anything different. This tells me to take the trade. And I got to take it faster before this candle gets too big. 113,391 would be the target. Stop loss would be at 111,804. This is on BITUNIX. I still trust BITUNIX. Had a long talk with their whole team. Could have sat, open chat with their CEO. Like, to me, super awesome, transparent exchange. I know the people. They're awesome. Met them around the world. They're doing the best they can. And I like the quickness and the speed of trading here, so. And there you go. It's like 220 for 644. Could easily get hit off. I'd still be up on the day, right, as you can see. And just be careful. Maybe I can go lower there. I believe I can. 269. So there's a live trade made here on the stream. We live trade here on the channel. Almost every single time you see me. But there are days when the trade will be smaller, or I will say, you know what, I'm not taking the trade. You just can't trade. If you were to trade every single time, you'd be a shill. Period. Like, if you can't stand up on your live and just say, hey, you know what? Today doesn't look good. I can't trade. Then you're a shill. You're someone that just is forcing trades no matter what on the channel, right? And you can't. That wouldn't make sense. So be wary of that. If you see someone that always, you know what I mean? I'm pretty close to almost always trading because I love trading and I'm always looking at the smaller time frame. But seriously, like, there's days where there is a day in your trading. If there isn't a day where you look at the market and say, you know what, my edge isn't here, then you never made a net. You've never gained an edge. Think about it. Think about it. If I found something in the market that I knew had high probability, I went after it over and over again. The more I went after that probability, the better off I'd be, right? So what if one day I looked at it and I see that probability didn't exist, but I could see that it was going to come maybe later that day? I'm going to wait until we fall into my probability. Here's a perfect example. I'm going to give you a perfect example on the 5-minute time frame for Bitcoin. Oh, I got to finish my top-down analysis. Anyway, I'm doing so much teaching with the live right now, and we're getting some action here too. We are getting some action. We're up 2.69%. I'm almost the king of 3% right now. I'd love to be the king of 3%. Show me the king of 3%, baby. Show it to me, baby. Show it to me over here. Hey, you did it so fast. How come you knew that's exactly what I needed, huh? So there you go. I'm the king of 3%. Nobody makes 3% faster than me, man. I'll tell you that. That's my claim to fame over here. And as funny as it is, it's true too. Like, it's pretty cool. Anyway, this is starting to poke. This is what I call poking out to the upside here. We add this, make it $1,000 day, right? If I make $1,000, I get to smoke a cigar tonight with the flames on. You know, that's the idea. If I don't, then I don't get to smoke a cigar. I got to make at least a G every night if I want to smoke a cigar. Really, I should raise it to $3,000 and really up the stakes here. But if I make $1,000 that night, I could smoke a $25 Cohiba. Okay? You know what I mean? That's a little thing that I do for myself. Maybe you have little things you do for yourself in your trading career. But I think there should be dangled rewards that kind of keep you going. Or even if they're small and kind of like that one's not huge. Oh, I get to look at it. But to me, you know what? When you have 3 kids and life is racing all the time, to sit down, smoke a cigar and relax, unbelievable, right? But it costs 1% to open, 3% is breaking even, broski. No. 0.01%. 0.01%. You're out of your mind with 1%. You're not making any sense. But God bless you. Right? And maybe you're correct. Who knows? But that's why you don't take 3%. I mean, look at that pump to the upside, though. Bitcoin just got absolutely pushed. What a nice little pump up there. And now they're pumping this puppy to the upside. A short squeeze is coming into the market again for BTC. A nice little short squeeze for Bitcoin. $112,000 BTC, 400 beans. And look at 113 got big red. 500 Bitcoin liquidation. Let's go take them out, huh? Let's go on up there to 112.5 and see who's cooking. Good looking. Let's find out who wants to rock and roll, baby. And that's how you make a quick look. I made $100 in under 5 minutes. Let's be honest here. Is that sustainable? Is that going to continue? Let's take a look at our 15-minute time frame. The 15 minute stochastics are just getting started. They tell me to hang on, baby. And let's see if we can get a rippage. Bit of caution on some bearish divergence, but it looks like we could get a little more pump to the upside here. Nice little short squeeze for the lifers. And again, I make a living live streaming short squeezes from 10 to 12 almost every single day of the week. It's pretty insane. We even get them Saturday night sometimes when I'm live. It seems like every time I go live, we get a bit of a squeeze. Look, this thing is mooning. That's Moon City, baby. And those are nice little pumps to the upside here. 1 minute time frame skyrocketing to the upside, baby, to the upside. Start sliding that stop loss below the 200 moving average of the 1 minute because that's a good chance that this thing, and there's some mootage, baby. That's when I have to start taking profits. That is a short squeeze. You get too far away from the 21-day moving average. I don't see how that's sustainable. There she blows, though. There she there she blows, boys. There she blows, boys. There she blows. Oof. That was a vicious move for Bitcoin. And the shorts got absolutely annihilated, and Sammy took another bit of profito. You don't have to be amazing. Look, if you can make $200 in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes, you're going to be okay. You can do that all day long, baby. Now, I could have held this thing all the way. Probably should have. It looks like it's going to moon to the freaking city here. But I do a smart thing, which is sell into upswings. I sell into the profit. I sell into what happens. Bang, bang, bang. Shout out to anybody that traded with the lifer. We did this last Monday. Remember last Monday we were on fire? I think I made 2 or 3 trades during the live that were just bang, bang, bang. We were hitting it. I sold at the beginning. We kept moving. Last Monday was a fire clinic. Looks like Mondays are starting to turn into good days, man. Insane. Some of the hardest days to trade. Sometimes I'm like, I'm not trading Monday. But look, I had my signal, the 1 minute. Look at this. This is simple stuff, everybody. I trade patterns. I saw a shoulder, a head, a right shoulder. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy. That's a cup with a handle. I know the handle is explosive. Look at the explosive move out the handle. 112.7. Bitcoin ripping. Doing damage. Cheese to the upside here. Absolutely banking. BTC. What a rippage on the 5-minute time frame out this. And look, I had the flag kind of drawn here on weeks. I got so many different ways to look at it, but I felt like this was the flag. They broke it out. They swung it. Then they got back inside. Tells you to get back inside. Bang. Take advantage of the short squeeze. I can see when a short squeeze is going to happen. I don't know how and why, but we figured it out. If you come to this channel, you have figured out how to watch short squeezes. You've watched liquidity with BOOKMAP. I've taught you the way. Like, I've taught you how to fish. Look, now they've moved the liquidity up to 110,000. Now they're afraid at 109, right? So there's stop losses here on the longs at, 109.9, 110. That was a beautiful move for Bitcoin. Perfect place to sell it on Monday. Could be a false move Monday. Bang, 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 right? You're the man. Thank you so much. So listen, I already woke up and took 580, sold another 170. Continue to grind. Don't stress. Didn't lose money. A lot of people lose money on that exact trade I just took. They get emotional. They don't do. First trade I ever been able to catch with you, Sammy. Thank you for the $600, bro. I needed it bad. My man just made 600 bones on the live, man. God bless you, man. And thousands and thousands and thousands of people come to this live stream and get educated around the world. From Scotland to Bangkok, all right? From Dubai all the way to Malaysia. From people in the Philippines all the way to Canada, all right? Down to South America and beyond. We got people in Costa Rica, Mexico, all around the world that are crypto lifers, man. We've created a community that is strong, a quilt-knit community, tight-knit. People that respect each other, love each other, and know that the number one thing they live with is love and gratitude. Number one. If you come around me, if you're going to be in the stream, if you're going to be on the live, if you're going to be in the trading group, you've got to bring that love and that gratitude. Your actions cannot go against your frequency. You can't tell someone you love them and then start something, you know what I mean? You can't say you love someone and then do something the opposite of your love. It doesn't make sense. If you're in a desperate situation and you're going to do what you got to do, that's not love. But own it. Own what you're going to do. Amen. Shout out to Brazil, Bermuda, Portugal. And let's get, we got people from all around the world here. And I like to sell the local top. When you're away from the 21-day moving average in the 5-minute time frame, and you get a pump like that, 90% of the time, that's going to be a short squeeze. That's going to be a fast pump. Now there's the bearish divergence. We're going to talk about it. Let's break it down. I had to leave the top-down analysis for Bitcoin to get into the small time frames and make a trade with y'all. So congrats if you made that trade with the lifer. Thank you so much. All right. And there's how many times have you seen a live win here on the channel? I've seen them. I can't even remember how many times we've done what we just did. Yeah, sometimes it's big, sometimes it's small. It doesn't always have to be huge. But you just saw me take about a little over $700 in profit now on a beautiful Monday morning, right? That's awesome. That would be $3,500 in 5 days. You know what I'm saying? That would be $14,000 a month. That would be over basically $160,000 a year. I'm saying it would have to happen every day, but some days you might make more, some days you might make less, but if you stayed on it. And again, I'm not telling you that's going to happen to everybody. I don't want to, I'm not a financial advisor, but I'm just saying if I did that every day, me personally, where I would be. So the weekly, looking beautiful. I expect this weekly to continue. I expect this to actually really, really start to move up to the upside. I like what I'm seeing here on the weekly. Falling wedge breaking to the upside. The 5-day chart, I really can't get information from it. It's all over the place, but it did break out of this. You can say that's the trend line. It broke out of the trend line. It was a sloppy falling wedge. It's on its way back to the upside. Bullish engulfing candle, though. If we get back above like 113.3. 3-day chart, which is my go-to. Breaking out of the falling wedge, 100%. We saw this happen already. This candle had already flipped green. We were up here already, green and high. Came back down for some shenanigans. Stayed on this trend line. We used it as a bullish retest. Remember, I talked about it on the daily if you were watching my channel. We got the breakout. Now the 3-day chat, starting to look good. Remember, I called the bottom down here on the daily. You can't say we didn't. We were stone cold about it. I went hard and I got stopped out right there. I went right back in that candle and I sold up in here. I got back in. I sold just again. I've been in and out of this. We speculated on the right shoulder before it happened. Even when this was down here, we said right shoulders, we could possibly get this inverted. I talked about it yesterday. I said you could get in here with a stop loss below here. I showed the trade. I went over all this over and over and over again. Don't join an easy crowd. You won't grow. Shout out to Jim Rohn. God bless you, man. Yeah, you want to be around people that are pushing you, that are hard. You know what I mean? 100%. You want to be around grinders to grind up. You can't be around soft sandpaper, right? Soft sandpaper is just going to keep you flat, right? It's not going to get you where you need to be. You need to grind against that grit to get that sharp edge. Amen. Shout out to Underground Crypto, man. Really like the way how you're adding to the stream. I see you really transitioning. May God bless you, brother. Thank you for everything. So we're looking if we can get this back above this resistance, and it already is starting it. You just want to see the daily break above this key support zone right there. We can even put it up here. You can see there is another resistance at that tweezer top. So right there, 112,800. Remember that battle we had at 113,000? Just for whatever reason, couldn't get back above it on those smaller time frames. We even wicked to it on the daily there. Let's and then my 12 and my 22. I talked about if you get above the 200 moving average, you're going to get a big rip. You can enter here with a stop loss below this wick right there of this candle, or even use the 200 moving average. You do whatever makes you happy. That's just something I've thought about many times. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Can't you see the cup and the handle there? It's got a bit of a measured move. Takes you really right back to 118,000, 117,000, this big support zone here. I mean, resistance zone, but a lot of liquidity up there too as well. A lot of liquidity. My VRVP came off there. Love deleting that thing for whatever reason. So, yeah, I like what I'm seeing there. We've been speculating on all this. This is a head and shoulder too as well. Nice bump, but we're at resistance. Today's a very big day. Like, the smaller time frames gotta show us the move. Everything is set up for a massive pump. This has a measured move up to the point of control. You're talking 118K. From the bottom buy right there too. You're gonna get so paid. And look, this even revisited like a 618 or, right there. Look, came really close. It wicked right there to the 618. Right there, it bounced off the 0.5 fib. I like what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin. Start to really come alive. These are good signs. So, but again, resistance. We got to break above this. Make this happen. This also, what I learned is an inverted head and shoulder is an ascending triangle. I just learned they're the same pattern. I've learned this one day. The cup and handle, inside the inverted head and shoulder, inside the ascending triangle. It's all there for you. It's all there for you. Then you hit the link here, you get tight moving averages. Then you're going to get above the 200 moving average on the 12-hour time frame. Very, very bullish sign. 8-hour wants to move up to the 200. Same with that 6-hour. Look at the 6-hour, the Adam and Eve double bottom. You can see it, can't you? That's an Adam and Eve double bottom on the 6-hour. That is basically an 80% chance of breaking up to that target there. This breaks up way more than it doesn't. I've seen it many times. It could easily just dump right now in our face. I'm not saying because I said that it's going to pump. I'm telling you the probabilities that I've seen in my life. Maybe it doesn't happen today. I don't know. I know nothing but the fact of my ignorance. This also, Adam and Eve. There's an Adam and Eve vibe there for sure for me. That looks bullish. When these get tight, you pump up magnetically to the 200. Once you cross the 200, you'll get a crazy short squeeze. Then you'll come screaming back down to the 200. The 21 will come into play. At this point, the Bulls and the Bears will battle. Either we lose it and we come down and it becomes a fake long squeeze and they play games and we had to figure some other bottom later on. Or they use that 200 as the bounce. They get back above the 21 touches and we start a massive rally. I know exactly how the rally starts. I've studied every single asset, like almost every asset, that's every main asset, the top like 400 or 500 assets in the world, and watch how they operate. I then took all that knowledge and placed it back onto Bitcoin and then used the smaller and bigger time frames to re-access and back engineer the process. I eventually learned how everything moves in trading using these indicators, and now I use them again to show you what I'm seeing. So like, check this out. It's pretty awesome. And again, before you blow me off as a know-it-all, which you probably will, and that's okay. I would too at the beginning, because I was in my head and I didn't want to hear anyone that had any more knowledge than I did. I was a know-it-all, all right? I guess I still am. I'm a pain in the butt with, hey. But can we get all the way up here to about 118,008, 119K? I mean, it looks like we can. I like the way this is starting to form. And if you can't laugh at yourself, who can you laugh at? You can't take yourself too seriously. Seriously, everyone out here. You can't walk around like, you're the bee's knees every day. Maybe some days, but not every day. All right? Hey, calm it down over here. Hey. So the 1-hour time frame, getting the pump. 12,600. I like what we're seeing here for Bitcoin. So far, so good. But in my humble opinion, it looks like we're going to be doing something kind of like this throughout the day. I see sideways price action as the 21 comes into play. I think I got like the liquidity grab. Funny, we talked about the pump on Saturday night, right? Sunday morning, we were up. Then we said extended out the flag. We got it. Then I made this flag. We got it again. I nailed every single call since the rock bottom, too. Down at 108. It's been insane. If you've been in the trading group, we have been so locked in. It's ridiculous. I believe it's the Labradorite. I start carrying the Labradorite. And, Labradorite is a stone, and it somehow increases intuition. I'm saying anything is possible through God. I don't but there's things that, there's something about the essence of this stone. I'm telling you right now. I remember holding it, keeping it around. I started becoming super accurate for Bitcoin. It was so weird. Maybe it was a coincidence, and it probably was. Probably just got in my head and became a placebo. But whatever it was, man, it works. Maybe it's a reminder to keep me focused. Maybe I'm just more disciplined when I have it around. Maybe it's not that magical. Maybe it's simply a practical idea and I haven't really correlated it yet. But whatever it is, I'm open-minded to all thoughts, right? If you're with me here. But whatever it is, it's absolutely amazing. And I don't know if you can see the essence of this stone. See right there? There's an essence. It's hidden from plain sight. Usually you just see the stone like this. But when the sunlight hits it, when the certain light hits it, it's going to have these hidden essences in it. And that's what makes this stone very special, Labradorite. There it is. Look at that. Look at that essence. Look at that. It's almost eye-piercing, like, when you get it right. And it's pretty beautiful. It's a magical feeling, too, to find the essence. And you realize that you're the only one that can see the essence at that time. In a room, if someone else was next to me here and they were to the right, they wouldn't see it. If they were to the left, they wouldn't see it. The essence attracts right to the eye. And it's almost very similar to, for me, it has some quantum to it because it's like you can't see it unless you participate in the observation of it. And to me, there's something wild about it. And it kind of like, it transcends space and reality. I don't know. It bugs me out. Anyway, that's a whole nother geological channel, right? Sammy's Days with Rocks. Meh. But let's move on. So I like what we're seeing here for Bitcoin. Nice pump action, but we're at resistance again. Resistance here. We bounced off of it. We had resistance. We barely made it there. 200 moving average there. That was that key area. Remember, it started to look like that would be the beginning of my signal. We started to flag at the 200. Again, I don't know what's going to happen. We needed that 20. That's why you wait for the 21 to come into price action, flag, boom. But no, we got the rejection. If you remember, I called, do you remember me calling this? I believe it was Thursday night screen share. And I said, look, there's a head and shoulder. Yeah, because that was Thursday night screen share Thursday, right? And then we dumped. I called that for you guys. Remember? And then I said that morning, the 1 minute was in a flag, and I said I'm going to trade it. And that's when Jerome Powell spoke at Jackson Hole, and we got the huge pump, and I sold it for gains. It's insane. That ended up being the top, which created the bottom, right? We found the bottom here. They wicked me out right there, and then we found it, and then we got in back again, and then we, so far have been just continuing to wreck shop on this insane price action. It's been pretty cool. Oh, there's the bottom right there, yeah. It's down here, right? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is the bottom, and then they wicked us down here. Sorry. But I just, I don't want to misspeak or misspoke. He's misspeaking. He's misspoken over here. So what do I see happening? Well, I look at the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, there's a chance we just kind of moon. This is a bit of an Adam and Eve double bottom. Lately, I've been seeing them make little flags to the side and then rip too, though, so that's okay. So we could continue to rip. There's a chance. Entering here, knowing there's some drawdown with stops below the 200 moving average, to me, is still viable. If you're busy and don't have time to watch a trade, still a chance that you end up here, end up never going below that 200. But there may be some time where you're down for a while in the trade, so I don't, So I like what I'm seeing, though. I do. I like this 1 hour time frame. It's, I was going to change it up too, right? It's the best thing since sliced pudding, since sliced bread pudding. I never thought about it. I don't like bread pudding personally. I'm not into it. It's not my thing. I don't like rice pudding. I like pudding, though. Okay? If you want to send me some pudding, don't do it. I won't eat it, but I do like pudding, okay? My grandpa had a cat named Putty, and I always think about him when I eat pudding. So the top of this area here is resistance. Can we come back down, hang out? That's what I'm looking for. 200 moves, moving averages get tight. We speculate on another beautiful ascending triangle here. We get really nice and tight. We really battle with this 12, and then we get that boom. That's like the last time we have to deal with 113,000. We head to 190K. We're on the way. So it's getting tighter and tighter, looking righter and righter. Okay? I like it. I like it a lot. Let's take a look at the 15-minute time frame. Shout out to my sis Michelle. God bless you, Michelle. We love you. You're the best, the greatest, the best. Michelle, we love you. May today be blessed for you, Michelle. And I know it ain't easy, man. God bless you. A close friend of mine was hacked this weekend. Hit one of those messages that they say someone from China is using your ledger from a Ledger API. Let me explain this. This is what the text message said. All right. This is what the text message said. It said Coinbase inside of like a little thing too, which that would never happen. Like inside of like a bracket. You signed in from a new device in Beijing through a Ledger Live API. This is not you, call us. Number one, like your Ledger Live API, like your Ledger Live doesn't connect to your Coinbase account. Like connect me if I'm wrong, but that's gibberish. An API is a key that you take to be able to trade, right? You know what I'm saying? And maybe Ledger Live has an API to Coinbase. Maybe there's a chance. But when you think about that, it doesn't make any sense. You know what I mean? And so you don't call the number that they put out there. They give you a number and say, if this is not you, call us. And then they reference and they give you a number. So people call and they start talking to them and they get freaked out and they do whatever the person tells them to do. Right? I've got over 10,000 unredeemed 100%. Shout out to Sammy. I tried to tell y'all last Thursday about this in my chat. Was moderated. No, it was not. We love you, brother. God bless you. And if it was an accident. Don't worry. Don't click on anything ever. Don't call anybody. They're never trying to help you. Okay? When you have a problem, you'll call them and then you'll be on hold for days. Just remember that. They're not going out of their way to be, hey, by the way. So just be careful, please. Don't fall for this stuff, people. Man, crypto could change your life, but you got to have it. You can't lose it. You got to hold it. So, so important. Look, a little bearish div here tells me we're likely getting a bit of a pullback now, right? See how the RSI is swinging down, but price action swinging ferociously up. The 21's away from the 200. We got our run. We got our little nice consolidation. We got our pump. I called it beautifully. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. We got it. You know, I took 2 trades. I sold here. I sold there. We got it. Congrats to anyone that used the technical analysis to make a gain, to pay the trader, And there you go, right? Back to 12,450. And you can see when you're that far away from the 21, it's an unsustainable attempt. So I see possibly a move back down here somewhere into this area. And that could take you back to 11,000, even 10.9. And just some sideways price action for Bitcoin. So the fun happened, man. We caught it. We caught that. We caught the rally of the day. Likely the liquidity grab before 12 for sure. You know, maybe something else happens after this. You never know. But it looks nice. Someone trying to, yeah, exactly. Yep. I haven't been active in it for a few years. Interesting. Yeah. BCH God Candle coming soon. I actually believe that. Shout out to Ivan Ooze. Ivan Ooze. I don't know why that's funny, but. So, let me say, is my trader system incorrect? Are we going to just absolutely pump out of nowhere to the upside? I don't know. I see consolidation here for Bitcoin. I see resistance at 112.8. Yeah. We can even dip as low as 110 this week, and we'd still be bullish 100%. Just talked about it, because that would be like, right, I don't know, 110, we would lose this market structure. But yeah, you're right. Because as long as we hold this low, as long as we hold this low down here, as long as we hold these lows at 107, we're fine. We could dip anywhere in here. As long as these lows hold, 100%. I'm with you on that. Yo, music you listen to. I'm listening to whatever music makes me happy, baby. Yet only, yep. Exactly. 189,275. Here we come. I love it, baby. Took profits and moved off the exchange. I love it, man. Netflix was started by a nephew of Edward Bernays, a.k.a. the father of modern. Yeah, remember Edward Bernays? Happiness Machines. Remember that documentary where he basically had women smoke cigarettes during a World War II parade to help cigarette companies learn how to sell cigarettes to women? Crazy, right? 100%. And shout out to you who knows what's up, man. He was related, I believe, to Sigmund Freud. Wasn't Edward Bernays? I might be getting a nut, but I'm pretty sure something there. So I have a beautiful, beautiful setup for Solana in the trading group. It's going well. It's in the money now. All right. Yeah, maybe Bitcoin Cash, maybe Bitcoin does one of these too later on today. Just kind of slowly. I just see it consolidating. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it goes on an absolute tear. That would be awesome. The more bullish scenario is somehow it makes a bull flag here on the 15-minute. And this thing isn't done yet, and it's going to rip. And the 15-minute just absolutely explodes. I think this is less likely, but I would love it. Take me to 114.5. Why do I want to get to 114.5? You all know why. Because the MINOTAUR trading system bot has been in a trade for 2.5 weeks, and I love it. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be one of the biggest paydays I ever get on this bot ever. It first bought here, then it mitigated. It's now a $27,000 mitigation, 18,000, 12,000, that's 30,000. That's 57,000 plus the 8,000, 63,000. It's like a $183,000 trade, right? So this thing is big and ready to move. And once we get there, it's going to take profits at about 114,485. That's going to be the take profit level. Bing. And then it will be ready for its next idea, its next trade situation. Bitcoin getting frisky. Let's take a look at the smaller time frames here and see what's happening. I mean, we're getting a bit of a bull flag on the 1 minute, no? I don't chase after a good day. No reason to. Today, I could have made $2,000 a day. I could have made $3,000. I could have lost 500. Likely, I would have only lost anywhere between $200 and $500. I'm very good about my losses, keeping them tight and right. But look, I made about what? 700, a little over 700. I'll take it so far. All right. I'm not going to chase right now. What I'd like to see is where we are later tonight. Tonight, I'm going to trade again in the evening. And again, remember, we have an entire trading day. I start trading at 7 a.m. I finish my trades around 11 p.m. at night. So we have 16-hour trading days. Okay, with a couple breaks in the middle, some family time, some food, right? A couple meditations. Maybe a couple cigar breaks, stuff like that. But besides that, man, it's grind, 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 grind. And I love it. I wouldn't do anything different with my life. I absolutely love the grind of the charts. The 24/7 nature of this crypto market gets me going, baby. And I'm someone that needs that constant grind to feel alive, to feel awesome, to feel like I'm chasing something. I got to go every day, baby. Once life gets complacent, I start feeling bored. I can't have that. I got to move. I got to have it moving. That's why I like price action. Every day it's a new journey. Every day it's something new to figure out. Tonight's the chart will be different. I'll have to analyze it, and I could find a gem in the charts if I stay focused, if I stay consistent. And everyone says I'm not motivated enough to start. And I said, you know what? Motivation just comes with action. Just take action and keep it moving. All right? Don't be a fool, though. You know where you stand and know where you're at. Don't take advantage of people that have helped you. 100%. Like, bad karma. Don't be so hungry that you step over people that have been nice to you. You know what I mean? People do it all the time. They get so desperate and they say, you know what? That person already got theirs. I'll get mine now. I don't care no more. You know what I mean? And it's kind of sad because, I don't know, you changed as a person, man. You didn't have to. You want to stay true to yourself and true to God, true to the plan. Don't let anyone take you away from God's plan. If you know something you're doing feels a little immoral, don't do it. Don't go for that. What it will do is it'll create a habit of being, even if it's so slight and you think, it's a white lie, nobody cares. That builds over time. The devil starts small, man, and he starts to whittle away at your soul until he has complete control. That's what happens. 100%. So every time you're off base, you go, you pray, you say, dear Lord, man, I was off. Please save me from those times. Help me stay focused. So important. And always pray for help, man, because God will give you the things that you desire the most. As long as you're upfront and honorable about them, 100%. Like, God, please help me with, I had anger problems as a kid growing up, in my teens, in my 20s. God, help me with my anger, please. I know one day it's going to, it could be a problem. I might do the wrong thing, yell at somebody, do something I regret. They'll see a side of me that I don't want them to see. You know what I mean? I worked on it for years. I went to therapy, stuff like that. I mean, there's just, it helped out in the Boston, craziness. But again, and you grow up, we grew up like that in Boston. It was a violent past. Now I'm far more refined here in Sarasota with the upscalians in Florida. But seriously. So look, this is looking interesting. The 1 minute is showing signs of a possible continuation here at 113,003. Bitcoin really gearing up. 21-day moving average above the 200. You can't hate. God will test his toughest soldiers. 100%. I prayed to God for strength. He gave me more problems to make me stronger. My favorite quote in the game. I thought God didn't love me when I was going through tougher times. God was preparing me to be so strong for some of the best times of my life. He was showing me that I could become great. He was teaching me the way. God had a plan, man, and I know he always did. And shout out to everyone that stayed loyal to me and always been there behind, been with me. And God bless you all. Thank you so much. He said, I'm autistic. Chrissy K says, I'm autistic in sensory level. Anyone can beat life. Shout out to Chrissy. I think I 100% connect with you. I think that's why you like this channel. Me and you must be like kindred spirits. God bless you, Chrissy K. And let's not even label ourselves. They give us these labels. We're amazing people with amazing talents. We're just hypersensitive and we care about others, man. What's so bad about that? What's so bad about being an emo and caring about everybody else a little more than yourself? Being touched when someone else's pain is so heavy that you feel like it's yours. Hey, I know exactly how you feel, Chrissy. I know. And if it feels like I'm talking to you, it's because I am. I've been there, everybody. I've been to the lowest of the lows where you felt like nobody cared, where you felt like you were ready to just... It was, I've been there, everyone. I've been where I felt like there was nothing left, where there was just like desperation, I felt like my mind had been running circles on me and I didn't believe it anymore. I didn't believe a thing I said anymore. I didn't listen to myself. I couldn't depend on myself. I said I was going to go to the gym for years, never did it, you know what I mean? I would say, and never When you tell yourself you're going to do things and then you stop doing them, man, it eats away at your soul. Eventually, you become a nothing burger, straight up to yourself. You don't believe yourself anymore because there's a part of you that is real. And you wake up in the morning and you're like, man, I got to deal with this fake guy that keeps BSing me every day. And you're like, man, when are you going to clean? When are you going to stop? And then you feel like you're crazy. You're having conversations with yourself. You're mumbling. Some people never get back from that. I feel like I was pretty close to being a homeless person mumbling in the streets, man. I know it sounds crazy. But for me, like, my lows were extreme. And everyone else just seemed like they had a couple ups and downs and they could handle their job. For me, man, things started to get real hard when I realized I wasn't going to go after my dreams. I was like, what is going on here? So if that's you, then I know how you feel. I'm here for you. Yeah. And I know what it's like to BS yourself. I know what it's like to not do what you're supposed to do. It is the worst feeling in the world. That chips away. A couple months, it's all right. What happens is the effects aren't immediate. So you do it a little bit. You procrastinate, then 2 years. Next thing you know, you wake up 5 years later and you're in the same plot, you're in the same one-bedroom apartment. You never moved to a house. You never went anywhere. You didn't go on it. You didn't do anything. You didn't meet anyone. You did the same night shift, the same job, just mumbling to yourself. I've been there. All right? I've been there. So you take prescribed stimulants? No, I don't take anything of that nature. No, I would never do that. I work out every day. I believe balancing of your own mind is key. If you rely on someone else to balance your mind, what happens in Armageddon if you can't get your prescription? What happens if something happens? I always look at the end result of something, right? If I am connected to a prescription, then what's going to happen when I can't access it in the world? There's something happening. Now, if I'm connected to working out, mental stability, fasting, and other ways to procure my health, then if something breaks down in the system, I can be in the middle of the woods and still keep myself healthy. So I'm all about the end result here. Like what you know what I mean? As in that could sound insane to some people, but that's how I am. So Bitcoin, we're looking at the 1 minute time frame here. All right. A little off topic, but hey, we sold. We're waiting to see what Bitcoin's going to do now on this 15 minute. Are we going to make another flag and continue up? Is the smaller time frame going to prevail? Both are possible here as we watch Bitcoin. I think I'm going to lay low and not chase, as I already kind of made a nice trade lot. Look at the inverted head and shoulder broke out above the 200 moving average. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. The cup and handle ripped. It all played as it was supposed to. So far, so good for Bitcoin. Yeah, be the person others rely on. Exactly. That's the motivation. Love you, man. Thanks for being here. God bless you. Financial life lessons on this channel. Hey. Stop with excuses, chat. This is not a dress rehearsal. 100%. Shout out to Sunny Littletree. God bless you, man. Funny, I said that to someone yesterday in the car. That's what my dad used to say. This is not a dress rehearsal, man. This isn't a dry run, wherever he learned that. You know, why everyone's so bad here. Amazing people to be around. Shout out to Chrissy. We love you, Chrissy. We created that's the kind of people I kind of bring into my life. Right? So I attract those type of people. I'm attracted to those type of people. I can see when someone cares. By the way their eyes move, man. Some people can fake it. You can get duped. That's why you have to watch their actions over time. But people will show you exactly who they're going to be, man. They tell you to your face, someone that looks at you say, hey, Sam, I'll never double cross. You'll always be there. That person's just waiting for a chance to double cross. Isn't that crazy? Someone that just never says it and just acts the way they're supposed to act, like that person's got your back. Never listen, man. Always watch. The actions speak louder than words. My dad taught me that as a young man. So Bitcoin. We took you from the monthly all the way down. And to me, when I look at this 1 hour time frame, it just suggests that we're going to have some type of up and down here. And I wouldn't be surprised if we come right back down for these longs. I don't want to see a head and shoulder that takes us really far down. I'm open-minded to anything. I sold. I'm out on my trades for the day. But this is kind of where we stand. Never give up, never quit, you'll win. If you basically tell yourself, I'm going to do this until I win, then you will. There's going to be some real hard downtrends, and you may make some horrible mistakes along the way that may make you want to puke inside and make you feel horrible, especially when it comes to money. You might lose so much money you can't handle it. It happened to me I've lost so much money I didn't think I could come back from it. Imagine 7 to 8 sleepless nights of being nauseous when you had $1 million and it's all the way back down to like 100 to 200 grand. I became a millionaire and lost it, I think, 3 times in my life. It's so insane. I was basically out of the rat race, had enough to stop, and was so greedy that I had to send myself back into the night. I had to keep working. You know how bad that is? Imagine being around everyone in the 9 to 5 knowing that you were already out of it. You didn't have to work it anymore. You were free. You could have started your trading courses, started your trading career, and been out. But you just don't have enough saved because you squat, you know what I mean? Oh my God, it was the worst feeling in the world. I was out, everyone. I had made it out of the rat race, only to get sucked back in by not taking profits and playing games with myself. Oh my gosh. I played games with myself so many times, everybody. An expert is simply somebody that makes every mistake in a narrow field. I should be worth $100 million. I'm telling you right now, I missed out on so many gains and so many altcoins. And I sold at the wrong time. And I have made so many mistakes in crypto, everyone. Please don't look at me up here and look at this guy just waltzed into Bitcoin and it was all so simple for him. Man, I first got into Bitcoin 300, 1,000 bucks, right? Then I saw the thing go up all the way to 20K. Thought I was the man. It dumped all the way back down to 3,000. I didn't know what was going on, but I knew they were going to continue to print money to zero. I studied the history of money and I said, I don't care what's going on. This is all just dollars going up and down. I said, the big picture is Bitcoin is a better asset. And I focused on the actual information and not the price action. The information was that Bitcoin is a better asset. They're going to print money to zero. Bitcoin's going to get halved every 4 years. And I said, man, this is it. I said, if I can't figure this out, and then I said, man, I just about to start buying more Bitcoin. I figured it out with gold and silver. It made sense to me. Before I found Bitcoin, I was buying gold and silver because I knew they were going to print money to zero. I got into the Hidden Secrets of Money by Mike Maloney. I figured out gold and silver. I watched Money Masters, changed the way I thought about the world. I reprogrammed how I thought about money. I realized that anyone could get rich with the possible opportunistic thought process. I started listening to Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich, and he told me that any man could get rich in the world. You didn't have to be born rich. You could think yourself into being rich. Think and grow rich. He said, if you think you're rich, then you are. It starts in the mind. You know, he talked about so many different scenarios and so many different people that use their mind to accelerate. Then I started listening to Jim Rohn every day. Then my mind grasped it. Then I got into the algorithm. Then the algorithm fed me the Master Key Society, one book after the next, one book after the next. Read, right? I finally cut off family and friends, no offense. I went into a deep trance into the online nature of the world. I stayed every night talking about how I could multiply my mind to make millions of dollars, how I could execute online businesses, real estate, 7 streams of income, grow. I can do this. Yes, me, the power. I can show others how to win. I can mentor myself to greatness. I can find a way out of this 9 to 5, this night shift that I'm in. I can get it done, and I did. If I can do it, you can. There's no excuse for anybody here. My mom died while I was running this channel, man, on Thanksgiving Day while she spoke to me. I never took a day off. My father died 7 months prior, unexpectedly airlifted, 9 hours alone in the room with me until my family got there. We had to pull the plug. I've been through pain you couldn't believe. I never stopped. You have no excuse to stop. Your girlfriend left you. Oh, I can't be in the charts this week. Oh, I took a big hit. It got liquidated. I can't hang. I got to walk away. Man, I never walked away. The people that win keep going. The people that win keep pushing. The people that win do not wait for people to care about their tears, man. Because nobody cares about your tears. No one cared about my tears when my mom died, man. People reached out. There was a beautiful, beautiful support system of my whole community. I'm not trying to be rude. It was amazing. But at the end of the day, nobody was going to pick up the slack and say, hey, Sam, you know what? Let's take care of your business for you while you're down and out. You know what I mean? Nobody was truly going to, let me take care of your family while you have a nervous breakdown. Let me make sure everything's okay for you. Nobody was going to do that but me. I had kids that looked up to me. I had a wife that needed me to be strong. It wasn't time for me to cry my eyes out every night. I still did. There was pain. And I go through it, but I can talk about my mom now and I don't break down. Remember, I broke down all summer long because I was back where I was back on that island where my parents were, right? Didn't Tristan Tate message you, though? He did. Yes, he did. Yeah. Tristan Tate did reach out. And he follows me to this day on Twitter for whatever reason. Tristan Tate, man. Follows the lifer. Pretty crazy, right? Some people probably, whatever. Say whatever you want. But hey, he follows whoever he likes, right? He found me online, decided to follow me. He probably likes my takes on crypto. That's what I'm guessing. Right? And you'd be like, no, you don't. He doesn't. I don't believe you. No one would believe me. I wouldn't believe me either. You know what I mean? But look, if you go to Tristan Tate's profile, when you're logged in as me, it says follows you. That's the real profile. Like, that's it, right? It says he follows me right there. So for whatever reason, he follows 1,600 people. I'm one of them. He's very selective, as you can see. I follow 600 people, man. I follow less people. Crazy. But again, you meet more people online as you grow, right? So this flag looks interesting to me. There could be a nice pump on the 1 minute time frame up to 113,650. You know what I mean? If this could happen, but I mean, there is a resistance at 112.8. You can see it. So I got mixed signals today. We're in that kind of like, do you chase the small? This is the only weakness in my system. My system does have a few weaknesses. There'll be times where we make a flag on the smaller time frames, and it resembles the model, right? It looks great. You're above the 200. You're on the 21. But you got to remember that the 1 hour still kind of got that distance from the 21. Now, I've still seen the pump occur. It can happen. More than likely, you come back to the 21, though, or you go sideways on the 1 hour. The most likely scenario is you do nothing right now and you wait for the 1 hour to reset. I have done that, and then I've come back and been like, damn, I missed a nice pump, though. So both things can happen. I understand it. The probability is it's unlikely, but it's kind of starting to show signs of a pump, isn't it? That looks pretty nice to me. So I'm getting some FOMO here for a continuation flag. Now, remember, I'm up now 7, right? I've got to do a 3-to-1 right about, it's a 2.5 to 1. You really want to be below this resistance here when you get into this trade, if you can be. You can say, hey, maybe there's a chance we can execute, we can get a little higher there, 113,683. And all the exchanges I work with, I want to show you something right now that's very important to me. Stop loss at what, 112,293? And I better catch it quick or I'm going to lose my ability there. And honestly, this is likely to just pump and then dump. I'm not going to chase. I missed it. I needed to get in right there. This move has changed the percentage and changed the risk on the trade. A little bit of bearish div there too. They might just try to pump this flag to make it look enticing, only to get people to long, to kind of wreck them down. Be careful chasing. That 1 minute is far from the 21-day moving average. I need to stress that. It's 11:15. Guess what? It's time. It's time. It's time. We're going to draw now. This is so exciting. I'm so excited to do this. Let me kind of move over to the side here a little bit. Shrink myself down for the draw. Maybe I'll go over here. So everybody, we're going to do a fun little draw here. As you can see, let's have some fun and take a look at the draw. I'm going to hit the draw now button or draw all. I don't know which one to hit though, Jamie. Let me see if Jamie will tell me what to do. I don't want to mess it up. I think I hit both, right, at one point. Well, this is cool, man. Let's go. I can't wait to hook some lifers up. 112.6. Let me take a look at what's happening here. Yeah, see, if I had chased that, I'd be, I knew not. I'm getting so good at not letting my emotions make me chase. I love it. Very strong at being happy with the win I had today and not going crazy. Because, like, why? Like, I'm already up. Why? Right now, I could lose in front of people. Why? I already won in front of people. Like, for the day, I'm good. I did my thing. I got live streamed, put myself into risk publicly in front of the world, and I was able to win. Why play games again, I say? I already took a huge risk and was able to, make it happen. It could still pump. I'm always open-minded that I don't know what's going to happen. Before I make, nope, definitely to the 21 on the 1 hour. Now, the odds are high that's going to happen. But you never know. You never know. All right, let's take a look here. We'll hit the draw now button. This is BITUNIX. If you signed up to BITUNIX, traded under my link, they decided to do something really cool and give $2,500 back to the community. So let's take a look here. Oh my gosh. PPGOPP. Congratulations. The winning number is PPGOPPT. And that's PFE, congratulations, man. Bang, bang, bang. I don't know how that, yeah, so congrats. So cool. So you got winning, you got raffle tickets for what you did. And then the winning number came through. So congratulations, man. And now we'll draw again, right? Oh, okay, so now we draw all. All prizes at the current level have been drawn. Please choose another level. I'm so confused by that. You see what I'm saying? Oh, okay, I just choose the level. I get it. Okay, so you got this. Here's the second prize. Here we go. Here we go. Take some time. Maybe I should have waited to the end of the stream. But shout out to everybody here kicking it with the lifer. Thank you. And this is awesome. This is giving back to the community, so why not, right? Bang. Congratulations on winning, JPISO. And check your raffle tickets, baby. Check them out. We'll draw again here. Yeah, the grand prize won. Yep. Yep. It was this guy here, AU2 BTC. God bless you, brother. So blessed. Yeah, congratulations. Yep. My man Naz. Another one. 200 now. I'm going to draw all on this one, just kind of speed it up a little bit. But yeah, Bitcoin booming to the upside. We kind of missed the flag, I have to be honest. Looks like this thing may do some damage now. Back, it's looking like I may have to just take the trade now. It's like a 2-to-1 though. It's not amazing. Wow, we're kind of... So then I chase a little bit. I'm in the middle of the draw while I'm chasing. I got a lot on my mind, right? It's like, no. I don't want to risk tons of money for no reason, man. Or even a small amount. The key is to treat every dollar like it's your last. So look, I'm going to put my stop loss like right back in the pattern, and I'm going to see if I can hang. I'm going to risk basically $27 for $500. Either they're going to take me out for 27 or I'm going to make $500. It's a fair deal, right? That's what, a freaking 25-to-1 risk-reward ratio? It's insane. Yeah, if I bring this all the way, I think it will go to 25-to-1, right? It's above it. It's even above, like, yeah, it's like at a 50-to-1 or something. No. How high is... Oh, no, that one. Yeah. Imagine winning this trade, 50-to-1 risk-reward ratio. If we stay above this level and pump, that would be insane. Odds are crazy, right? Okay, so we got Steve, we got Joey Vaughn. Oh, that's so cool, Joey Vaughn, man. SHR. Joey, man, coming through, brother. And so check it out. 4-2. This is now, look, this many, 1, 2, 3, 4 people now all get one hundo. Bang, bang, bang. We'll come back to that draw. See what I'm saying? See how they did it? Like the top was 1, the second was 2, this one was 3, that one was 4, and the last one, 5 people win 20. So you get more people to win by divvying up at the end there. It's pretty cool, right? Yo, T Murphy, man, so awesome. I see you on the stream all the time. T Murph. I'm happy that the people that are really in the community are getting it in. People that I see on the stream all the time. Let's get the next 2 going through. Let's go, 100 beans. That's 2,500. I mean, that's awesome. Pretty nice. God bless BitUNIX. Thank you so much. Again, smart decision too, you know. Shout out to Ken. Shout out to T Murph. Shout out to MSC. Look at that. L9, KTWR. Bang. QWR in the house. And then we're on to the last and final one here. I got the voice for it, right? And let's draw all. And we'll come back to that in a second. I'll let that rip on another page here. Bitcoin, 112,800. Red getting some, remember red was hot? Now it's hot again. Troll hot. Metaplex, we looked at it last night. I talked about how I got a bag. We're going to see what's up with that. Peanut. Chile, right? Chile. Metals, ERX, Boom, Moodang, MREL, Nero. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay, and it's almost done there. I see it on my right screen, so I'll be attentive to that in a second. Let me put myself back where I'm supposed to go when this is done. Up here on the right, you're like, why is Sammy up there? What is he doing over there? He's in a different place today. Yeah. Being here is a win. God bless you, man. Thank you so much for saying that. And I'm so happy we got to hook up a bunch of lifers today. I really appreciate that. And that's all on BITUNIX, everyone. I do love BITUNIX. We traded live on BITUNIX in front of you today. We're in a live trade right now that's actually at 4%. We're actually winning the trade. Remember that we just risked $27? Well, we already actually got back our risk, which is crazy. We could move the stop loss to break even right now and see if we could stay inside. Short squeeze just kind of happening, a little bit of a pop there, but unsustainable. They may come get me. I'll lose $27, a little bit of fees. I think $8 in fees, so not too bad. And we're in, baby. We're in. We did it all. Everyone here, 20 USDT. Not amazing, but it's better than nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 beautiful souls there. PFE, DEC, the BIS, and Matt. God bless you. Wow, he's still got an AOL, man. That's a old school. That's crazy. I haven't seen that in a long day. It's giving me the vibe, the 20-year-old vibes, man. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Shout out to anyone that participated, traded on BITUNIX, and was able to get those raffle tickets by upping their volume. The more volume you had, the more raffle tickets you got, the more chances you had to win, right? So shout out to everybody. Thank you so much for doing that. It was awesome. We had a good time. And shout out to the Grand Bros. PFE, man, you took it home. And wow, 2 people with the 4. That's awesome. And then 3 people with 2. And then 4 people with 1. I mean, that's even 1 person with 1 would make me happy. So that's awesome. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here and being awesome. That was awesome. So yeah, this flag is starting to break out as we looked at it like it could. So we made a live trade here. We risked 27 for $500. It's a 25-to-1 risk-reward ratio. It's insanity. Let's see if we can pull off the win here. Let's actually make this big and see what is the real risk. The entry was right there. Stop. Yeah, look, it's an 18. It's about a 19-to-1. I mean, in a perfect world, like the odds are so low, I'll win it. That's why, you know. But if you went at these 100 times over, like, and you only had to win really you only had to win 10 out of 100, which is crazy, but that's the facts. And they're going to come get me now, right? Now there's a bearish div too. You got to take into account that 1 hour looks sketchy. Yeah, they got me. They caught me. But see how I was really smart? My loss was tiny today. I didn't have to lose 500 to 1,000. And maybe they pump, and I missed the pump. So be it. You gotta get rid of the FOMO, man. You gotta get rid of that emotional FOMO nonsense. Tomorrow's another day. I have 5 days this week. I can trade tonight. The whole market could change, and I could have a whole different scenario tonight at 8 p.m. You don't have to be, we've got time here. It's okay. Right? Exactly. Let's go, baby. Got that 200 win soon. 100% you, brother. Yeah. Whether it's time or money or support. Hey, 100%. Wow, it does look like they're going to... Got a feeling they're going to bump me. A feeling, right? There you go. That's when you start getting crazy. I got a feeling. Sure you do. Wow, though, closer and closer to getting out. I mean, it just looks like it's only shoulder, head, right shoulder. It's only a matter of time. I cannot wait to watch this thing get out. I can't wait to show the group. We finally got out of the trade. It's been a long time. The bot has been doing its thing. It bought the bottom, too. The exact bottom. Look, it bought the exact bottom. I mean, you can't... this thing is algorithmically impeccable. I mean, like, it's showing you what it does right there. Why wouldn't you want that thing? Unbelievable. If you want to jump on into the bot today, I do get a commission. You can jump on in at MINOTAUR Trading Systems. All right? MINOTAUR Trading Systems. Sign up today. Schedule a free call at that link that I just posted. We also have it in the description right there. If you want to sign up to any of the exchanges, right? We're working with KKEX this week. Weeks, BITUNIX. Weeks and BITUNIX, my long-term partners for a long time. Shout out to Weeks, man. Holding me down. Love trading on Weeks. You saw I just traded live on Weeks right now when I took profits on my bigger trade from last night. All right. Super chats, Virtual, SOMI, and ARKM. Shout out to Lakochi Coker in the house. Let's take a look at the fan funding. Do your kids say anything about your sticky clothes? My husband is a sticky cigar smoker. Please try to change to a pipe. I don't smoke cigars like regularly. You know what I mean? When I do, it's like at golf with buddies. Then I come home and I take my dirty golf clothes off immediately. I take a shower, you know. A lot of times I usually smoke a cigar late at night in the jacuzzi, so I don't have clothes on. I'm usually naked, if you want to know the truth. I usually get naked, if you want to know the absolute truth. When I'm alone in my house, I'm going to be naked in the jacuzzi. It just is what it is, right? So no one can see me. The bubbles are floating, right? Let's be honest. I still have my privacy. And, you know, there's something about letting the water flow around all the parts, you know what I mean? I'm just... Anyway, no one needs to hear that. And I smoke my cigar in the jacuzzi. That's when I don't have any pants on, all right? There's an invite also 1 quarter. So, yeah, I don't have stinky cigar clothes. I don't do it like that. Yeah. You can inhale cigars. You'll choke your brains out. You just can't do it. Like, it's not good for you. You'll feel sick. No pants confirmed. Bubbles. You're funny, man. Salon has been ripping. Great for the 5-minute scalpers, 100%. And Bitcoin at 12.8. I like it. It's holding its own here after kind of stopping me out for the quick little slip and slide. I guess I got to commit. I just got to commit. That's why sometimes it's just better 100 for 300, 200 for, like whatever you go for. Sometimes you make more when you're less greedy. Isn't that interesting? You go for the smaller win, you make more over time. 3 smaller wins today would have been better than trying to go for all the gusto. You know what I mean? 4-to-1 risk reward ratio on the flag. It's still got a flag. There's still a possibility here this thing can rip. The Bulls are in control today, and they're strong. Makes me kind of want to go at it again. Think about it. I have the capital. I'm already up. There's no reason why I can't battle the market one more time. Someone say you're over trading. I would say, I don't know. I made $700 and I lost 27. I don't know if that's over trading. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to call it. I'm going to say that the 1 minute's going to dump. And even if it pumps the 1 hour's going to dump. Even if the 1 minute pumps, I'm going to be okay with missing the pump to 113.8. But dang. It'll hurt when I see it rip because I know it could have happened. But I'm gonna say no. There's some bearish div here. The 1 hour is pretty high. Or I just take a very small risk and leave it alone. If I can't leave it, if I can't seem to walk away, I'm going to walk away. We already won. I can come back later this afternoon. All right, everyone? And that's showing self-restraint, self-control, self-discipline, right? We don't just do whatever we want in trading. That leads to massive losses, my friends. Doing what we feel and think and what we want. We must have a strategy we've curated over time. There must be something that we figured out in the markets that has a higher probability than doing what we've done before. We must do it over and over again until we find something better than that. And we can keep kind of going from there, right? You might learn from me, and you might think you're a brainiac and tweak it better than me. You think, oh, I'm better than Sam. I got my own style. I'll show him. Hey, do your thing. God bless you. I find that most people will come back to my simple strategy. Like, it's either this strategy or it's not. Like, I don't, There's some really cool ways to attack the market, though. I do like the way, as long as it's calculated, like you watch it every day, you see the highs and lows of the daily, you wait for opens, you take them, you wait for closes, you take them. Like, very simple way to trade. Like today, we got the short squeeze. We look for that short squeeze almost every day here on this channel. We got it, right? How do you juggle trading with multiple exchanges? I just love it, man. I have fun. I think it's great. And they're all for different reasons. BITUNIX is a fast-moving scalping platform where I can really get in and out on the 1 minute at a fast pace. It's awesome. Exchange data is good. Liquidity is speedy. I really like the way it works. Weeks has great security. I can put bigger money on Weeks. I feel confident about making large trades on Weeks. You know what I'm saying? I know the team really well. I've met them out in different places in the world too. So I have this feeling and confidence behind Weeks that I don't have with everybody else. I have met the BITUNIX team as well too, though, good people. And then Mexi just has the least fees of anyone in the game, and they've been around a long time. They've been stable and great. All right. So it's just it's all about, what the exchange provides, in my humble opinion. If the exchange provides something that isn't provided by everything else, or if they both provide the same thing, but I get to know the people, right? It's a plus for me, right? So that's why they reach out. They make personal connections. They take us to dinner. They find us throughout the world, and it's a smart idea. And, you know, you create relationships so you feel, because, like, I don't want people trading on an exchange where I'm not comfortable. All right, no reason for that. All right. Earlier today, I gave a trade on the NASDAQ on BTC.C. Speaking of exchanges, the BTC exchange, and they're actually going to be, if you're under my link, they're going to hook you up under VIP7. So if you join under my link, you're going to get some of the lowest fees that anyone can get on the platform through me. That's what we told them we wanted. That's what you got. All right. So the people spoke, and that's what you got. So I like this flag here on the NASDAQ. And we'll get into the nasty NAS in a second, but I like this flag here. If I can make a flag, not letting me there, but there we go. I like this flag on the NASDAQ. And see how it broke out already, really starting to pump. And I see this thing continuing. I believe a stop below the bottom of the flag here and a continuation is Pump City. So we're going for the gusto here. 1,600 in at 20x leverage. Let's see where we go. Up 7% on the day so far on the trade on the NASDAQ. So you see I trade all sorts of stuff. And I trade the same way, same different, you know, all. Look, I'm using the Dow Jones to figure out some different parameters on Bitcoin that most people are going to be super bearish about, but they don't know what I know. You got to have years of data, not just a couple. Like some people have started trading in the, you know, in 2019, 2020. It's cool. But I started trading like, we're talking, first time I opened a trade, I got to have been like 24 years old. I'm 42 now, maybe even 22. 20 years ago. I started trading gold and silver on the New York Stock Exchange. Then I opened up, you know, an account on the Toronto Stock Exchange. You know what I'm saying? I got into Canopy Grow Corp early before almost anyone did, like super, super early. Yeah, see this rising wedge is looking like it may break down now. Chance you could go sideways, but it's that I would go to the, right now I would get off the small time frames. I'd flip to the 1 hour and I'd start assessing the 1 hour time frame and saying, hey, we're just too far from the 21. That was a great rippage. We got awesome pumpage. We got what I look for, which is the short squeeze. Now, again, we might go lateral. Lateral meaning sideways. See, right? And the more sideways you go, the more bullish you are. It's telling you that people like this price. They're not letting it slip below the key level, right? They're going to be like, okay, we like it, we like it, we like it, we like it. We've made a flag. Now, flags are telling me what people are doing. They're telling you that the buy pressure is heavy when you have a nice flag. The 21 coming up is letting bots understand that that's when they like to aggressively take the same recognition. Like they want to access that entry because they see that the touching of the 21 is the movement, right? Let me move myself back over there. I got so into charting that I completely forgot that I had moved myself. Please forgive me. But I like that we're that passionate about the information that we lose ourselves in the charts. I think I love that. Like that's because that's the type of people I want to be around. That's the type of channel I'd like to be watching. The obsessive channel that goes all the way for their subscribers, that makes it happen. All right. First try, I tread Telefona Brazil. I don't know what that means. Yeah. My BitUNIX chart shows we just lost the 21. I think you're correct. Yeah. So I want to see the 21 and interact on the 1 hour time frame. Until then, I believe we're going to kind of go somewhat sideways here for Bitcoin. That's what the charts are conveying. And look, this is starting to break down. So like I'm out. I'm not going to chase. I'm not making any longs. We did our thing on the charts today. I need help. Your email later. Thank you in advance. Okay. Nice floor. I don't know what that means, but maybe you mean on the charts. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, gold long and strong. We talked about gold as well, doing damage to the upside. So let's take a look at the NQ right now on the bigger picture. I do a macro technical analysis video. I thoroughly suggest you take a look at that whenever you get a chance. It's an awesome video every single week, and I break down where I believe the NASDAQ is headed. And to me, the NASDAQ broke out, retested, and it's on its way. Above the 221, I see it flagging out and starting a move to break the all-time high and continue to the upside. I see it eventually headed all the way up to 26,150. We do the same thing on gold. We track gold all the time, and I told you gold was breaking out down here. We gave a trade for it. We talked about it. Gold hit it all the way to 3,800. I go over this chart every single Friday afternoon, and I break down what's likely going to happen to gold, and we nail it. So shout out to anyone that traded gold with me, saw this move for gold. There's a gold hodler. Gold to the upside. They're putting money to zero, my friends. The dollar is getting absolutely demolished. I see it in a shoulder, head, shoulder, about to collapse lower to the downside. This is going to push altcoins up. Then they're going to print money. Then they're going to cut the rates. You have the dollar dropping, the rate cut coming. It's a perfect scenario for risk on assets and people to pile in. And maybe one of the last chances you have to ride one of these crazy waves before things get absolutely insane. You have to remember how risky we are. We wait for the riskiest assets to pump for the smallest amount of time and then cash in and out. We're all waiting for the golden era, the golden time. Look, this is headed up to 9%. I told you this might even end up to 50 to 60 by the end of the week. This is September 17th rate cut probabilities. And this is telling us there's a 90% chance they're cutting that rate, right? They were playing games with it before too. They used it for up and down price action. They used it to play with the market. 100%. Hyperliquid sparks bidding wars and resistance. Solana Treasury short 1.65 funding, while Ethereum grapples with 952 ETF exits. It seems like they ran up Solana, then they ran Solana down into ETH. Now they're going to run ETH back into Solana. Ran into Bitcoin, ran the money back into Solana, ran the bunny back into ETH, ran the bunny back out of ETH back into Sol. Like, they're just moving the money, man. Sol is the destined child this next 2 months. You can see it. The chart looks ready to go. I have the setup. We've been going over it. You can't stop, It's so obvious, but it's right there. I see a hidden bullish divergence on my oscillator on XRP 2-day chart. I believe it's worth a check. I have targets all the way to $5. Thank you in advance. Shout out to the Crypto Weirdo with the $10 super chat. That's super nice of you. That'll come back to you tenfold. You didn't have to give, but you did. God bless you, man. Thank you so much. Okay, let's take a look. We got SOMI a TA, please, from Underground Crypto. We got LionX. Can you please take a look at ARKM? I will. Monster gains are being made with virtual. I love it, man. I'm still got a big old bag of virtual, so I love that. Can we look at Turbo? Yep. And a hidden bullish divergence on the XRP. So we're going to take a look at... And don't join an easy crowd. Yep, 333 Trading Group is life-changing. Thank you so much, Kid Crushing Fish, man. I love you. Underground Crypto, much love too. And no drama, mate. Jesus loves all of you. Love the Brooks Brothers. How did you know this was Brooks Brothers? Maybe I said it before and you remember it. God bless you, man. That's crazy that you have that good of a memory, or you actually know their actual, you went into the store and saw this or something. I always wanted to wear Brooks Brothers. I never could afford it. So I got a couple now. It is what it is, right? Thank you so much, man. Very nice of you. You didn't have to say that. You're making me blush here. Okay, so yeah, I see the 21 coming in to interact with price. It's either sideways or downward. Either way, I believe we sold the local high today right there. And shout out to anyone that took it with me. As we saw that candle booming, I mean, you could just tell that's a surreal moment. Every time you see me sell, we sell the local top pretty dang close, don't we? We do a really, really good job. So I saw the mic was down a little bit, turned it back up there. Sorry about that. It was down just 15%. Not a big deal, but hey, a percent's a percent, especially if you're a trader, right? Let's be honest here. So let's take a look again at what people are saying. I got the SOMI network is the first thing I'm going to be looking at. And then we got ARKM. Oh, my baby ARKM. DXY looking like it will collapse to the downside in a major way. Let's take a look at SOMIA on MEXC. Wow, I told you this thing was hot. I told you we should pay attention to it. Remember I kept saying SOMIA, watch SOMIA? Damn, SOMI. And just there on the 4th of Thursday, it was 54 cents and the thing ripped. I've been talking about this coin for months, way back before it even took its rippage. SOMIA network just absolutely exploding. Remember, we went over 2-3 weeks ago. I said, man, put it on your radar. Put it on the radar. It could be the next coin that does a massive move. And there it goes doing a 4x. I mean, 40 cents to 160. Insane, right? So SOMIA just absolutely taking off. And wow, that's from MEXC too. You don't even have to go on a DEX. 4 days ago, this thing did absolute damage to the upside. Unbelievable. SOMIA. I mean, it could still make a flag here, continue on the 7-minute. I mean, there's no reason why this thing can't stop. It's in a massive uptrend. At one point, there's going to be a definitely dump down to a 21 on the 2 hour. 4 hour. But right now, it's pretty close to the 2 hour 21, which says it could also continue to the upside. Same as the 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute. There's a chance this thing does continue. You are chasing some high risk at this point. I'd be taking profits if I got into 40 cents, man. A 4X is all you need to change your life. People get greedy. Let's take a look at ARKM. And shout out to my beautiful people here on the live, man. Another beautiful, awesome live stream. Thank you, dear Lord, for letting the electricity work beautifully. You're not going to. Thank you for God for just letting the computer and the internet work, man. Thank you for me being healthy and showing up and for all the charts to work. My computer, like so many things have to go. You guys show up, the charts, the algorithm, the internet, the electricity. Like, I am so blessed that every day all this goes together and somehow creates the show, man. What a blessing. Like, I'm grateful every single day we make it out alive. You know what I mean? Like, and then we win on, and then on top of it, we then trade the market. So we're already taking risks by like putting the show on, right? Because you never know what the world's going to bring. And then on top of that, you take risks in the market. When I'm done with all the risk by 12 o'clock, I am like almost mentally exhausted by how much I've made sure that we've kind of, we flew by the seat of our pants, man. And who would ever put their life like that? Most people would never. Right? They need more security than that. So they take security over the ability to kind of fly to an infinite height, right? I knew in my lifetime that it was better to give away that security and go for it. ARKM, baby, our favorite coin in the game. I hold a big old bag of ARKM. I love ARKM. And, I saw ARKM here on the daily. He said eventually it's going to start breaking out. Now, ARKM has a beautiful use case. You can look at the chain and see what's happening on chain for ARKM. I mean, it also has, to me, a shoulder, a head, a shoulder. Basically, an inverted head and shoulder. To me, it's bottomed. I like the project. I already have a boatload. I don't see how it goes much lower, but again, maybe it does. I do have, I am an ARKM fan, so of course I'm probably, other coins that say are low, I'd be like, get rid of it, who knows, right? But bit of a double bottom, bit of a low area, but ARKM has a use case, starts to move. You can see on-chain data. I see as RWA grows and on-chain data gets more and more valuable, ARKM also has a bigger space in Web3. So I wouldn't give up on this horse. I'm still heavy in ARKM. Not the best chart, I'll be honest. Got to get above that daily 200 moving average, let the 21 catch up, make a flag, and then it'll be ready for its next big move. SOMI are doing unbelievable things. We talked about it on this channel like day in and day out all the time. I kept showing you what coins to look out for on the low. Virtual, we talked about down there, right here at this pocket at about 115, boomed up to 126. I see this as your last higher low. It's headed up to 359 and beyond. I'm heavy in virtual. I got a big position. It has a real use case. Once AI agents get hot again, people are going to, oh yeah, it's going to be virtual. I don't think people realize how big AI agents will get, and they'll out-tweet, out-move. And it's funny that no one's even talking about it now. Very interesting times. All right. We'll just keep double checking. But yeah, head and shoulder pattern starting to fall to the 200. The first thing you'll do is you'll lose the 21. The pattern will lose it, and then you'll come down to the 200 on the 1 minute. You'll balance this area. Trust me, just watch your 1 hour 21, the 15. Those two time frames are going to serve you correctly for the rest of the day. Don't be chasing small time frames. They'll be, if you don't know when to use them. There's times to use them 100% and times when you don't want to get caught up in them. You've got to know when and where and how. Heavy volume, you're using them because there's going to be a big move. That means one of the small flags is about to pump, volume's coming in. That's when they're getting a short squeeze. Something's happening. You want to be in liquidity grabs. We teach you this in the trading group. We show you when and where and how. We have so many people that understand the markets on such another level. You won't believe it. Stay focused with people that stay focused. Stay disciplined with people stay disciplined. Stay motivated with people that don't think about motivation. They just show up every day. Motivation follows action. See, successful people learn this. See, one day I realized that my stream is going to go well as long as I show up every day. Does that mean every day I'm going to feel absolutely 1,000, 1,000,000%? You know what? I'd say 90% of the time I do because I figured out a way to train the brain to do that. But there's days like today, my knee, I got hit with a golf ball yesterday in the knee. If I told you my knee feels amazing right now, I'd be lying. If I told you I had a great workout this morning that made me feel awesome, I'd be lying. You see what I'm saying? So, like, with all that happening and all that being said, like, it's, it is what it is. So with, when it comes down to all that, it just, you do what you got to do no matter what. You show up no matter what. You do what you got to do no matter what. So once you realize that, you're going to win. And then 5 years from now, you're going to be one of the most successful people in whatever you're doing. There's just no stopping it. It's going to happen. But you must commit on a level that the people that are winning in that situation are committing to. And the people that are committing are the saddest thing about life is if you want to be in the top 1%, the people that are fighting, that are working that hard are putting the bar really high. And it's exhausting when you don't have systems in place to get as disciplined as those people. It's exhausting. Absolutely, it's not easy at all. All right. But you put your head down, you keep grinding, and somehow, some way, you change as a person. You turn into the person that can become successful. You have higher energy than you ever thought possible. You go after things you never thought you could. So look, I talked about this for weeks now. This cup and handle is prevalent on every single coin. It's on 80 to 90% of the market, a cup and handle. It's about to break out and go right here to this area here at 007684. Okay? And look, you got to, once you get to that resistance, so I probably comes up here, it bounces around. The thing is, it looks like it's going to take its time. October 31st, Halloween. So it looks like we get the rate cuts. Money flows into Bitcoin. Money flows into Ethereum, bigger coins, and it doesn't flow into the small caps, right? And this is also almost like a big cap now, but you know what I mean? Like, it doesn't flow into the memes and the more speculative investments till somewhere between October 9th and 25th or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's something to think about for sure. TRX, please, and thank you, Dunkashin. God bless you, man. Shout out to Bear Adjacent. Thank you so much. Oh, no, and we got the hidden bullish divergence on XRP on the 2-day chart. My man says hidden bullish on XRP on the 2-day chart. Let's take a look at exactly what he's saying. I see XRP about to break out. There's that same cup and handle. There's the higher low. I put in a long for it in the trading group at 277. You were up already at 298. Did not get stopped out. So what people don't realize is this has been a sneaky alt entry while everyone's been focused on Bitcoin and kind of bugging out on that little pullback. Altcoins have been kind of doing their thing in a way that's very, very interesting. So let's take a look at XRP right here and see the falling wedge above the 200 moving average. Higher low. And look, previous resistance, almost got there, resistance, bounce. I mean, so much area there. Stochastics pushing to the upside. You said the 2-day had hidden bullish. You're spot on, my friend. I see it right there. The RSI spinning down. Price action moving up. Let's pull our Fibonacci right back down to above the 618.618, curving on the stochastics. XRP about to do some damage. Thank you so much for the super chat. You were spot on. I still believe there's an entry, even though it's a breakout entry. There could be a right shoulder right there. I still like what I'm seeing for XRP. This looks very interesting to me. And again, the trade is already in the money. If you took the trade when I put it out. Again, the big boys, when Bitcoin took that little dip, the big boys presented absolutely great entries. AVAX gave an entry. Sol gave an entry. XRP gave an entry. Heck, Matic was pumping. All right. It all kind of started to make sense. Let's take a look at TRX. TRX has been on its own mini bull run. We talked about it earlier this week on Friday, I believe, and Saturday. I made this big uptrend. I said I wouldn't be surprised if it bounces off the uptrend. It did exactly that, which is kind of crazy on the 2-day chart. Pretty crazy wick on the 2-day. 6-day. I see it kind of consolidating. And honestly, it may make an even more shrewder flag there. It just got this really nice uptrend, right? But it's been good. People are using it for US Tether to move quick, and it's very inexpensive. I see it going to 50 cents. And something happened with like his wallet getting frozen. I got to do a deep dive on that. If my team, you could give me some research onto that, exactly why, who, what happened. And I thought that was the whole point. Like, we don't do that, right? Sammy, Mama woke up yesterday after surgery. She can't talk yet. We think surgery went well. I want to thank all in this for the beautiful prayers. Hey, man, let's have a moment of silence for your mom, man. Ever since I lost my mom, I will stop my whole show and pray for anybody, man. It's not about the money here. It's about the love. Hold on. Dear Lord, thank you so much. May Vegas Claw's mom come out of this the best she can. May the family rally around. May the love be strong. And no matter what happened, may the faith in you begin to build stronger in all people connected. Amen. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being here. And thanks for everyone out here that is pushing. If you don't believe in God, if it's not your thing, it's okay. I love you anyway. It's all good. But God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you so much. And I hope your mother comes out of this the healthiest she could be as possible. And so far, everything's going well, man. Keep the faith. God bless you. And I knew I can only imagine, man. I've been through it. So. Hey, brother, can we look at Swee? By the way, starting today, I think we're at the same age for a few months. Peace, blessings, family as well. 42, baby. God bless you, man. Happy B-Day, brother. Happy B-Day, my friend. God bless you. That's another person's in my life. It's their birthday. Very special day for me, too. God bless you. You never know, man. But it'll play games on the small time frames for a while. Looks like there could be a little scalp back up to liquidity, though. They might run it back to 12.8 before or make a right shoulder. You definitely got the best of the lifer, though. Let's take a look at Swee. And if you want to learn what I learn, I teach class the second to last Saturday of the month before I go to Singapore, like the 22nd or something like that. Let me look at the exact date here on the calendar. But I teach that would be the 27th. I teach class on the 27th. Might be the 20th. I think it's the 20th. So in 2 weeks, I teach class. Sign up to class today. Hit the QR code to find out more. You're going to get a PowerPoint. You're going to get all my checklists before I get into a trade. You're going to basically get my sauce and how I get in and out of a trade. All right. Let's take a look at Swee on MEXC and see what's happening here for Swee. I just love Swee right here on the higher low. I've been talking about it for days. Really, ever since August 24th, I believe Swee's been a buy here above the 200 on the daily. And it's consolidating, and I see it headed to 930, and it's just getting ready for an explosive move. It's like they're getting everything ready. They're like, we're just going to hold it in a perfect pattern for the VCs and whoever get that free money when when the rate cut comes. Then we're going to rip it. Look, August 7th, 8th, after everyone gets their money, all the positions get solidified, all the money comes in, and we're all ready to go. We're going to rip that puppy. I mean, it's looking like they have it perfectly set up for a rippage, which is pretty crazy. Swee looks absolutely amazing. Shout out to the awesome super chats. We had Kid Crusted Fish on the super chat. Underground Crypto, no dramas, mate. Underground Crypto again with that SOMI, a ripping. Limex1, Mike Reinhardt, Jerset Higgs, CT8497, Crypto Weirdo, Bear Adjacent, Vegas Claw, and Jamal Antonio holding it down. That will come back to you tenfold if you give 100%. May God bless everybody here on the stream. You people are unbelievable. So back to Bitcoin, really. I would watch your 1 hour time frame and not really say another word. I bet it. Altcoin's looking good. I do have to glance at Solana right now. I'm so excited to see it pumping. I love when Sol is doing damage. And yeah, it bounced off the bottom of the channel here. And you're in the money now. I mean, we were talking of getting it down there at 197. And even there at 207, you're in the money. And I see Sol breaking out huge and going to 299. That's going to be a monster move for Sol. And it looks like it's going to lead the alt season a little bit, just like it did last time. Remember, it wasn't Ethereum. It was Solana. People seem to forget that. Ethereum was the sleeper. All right? Look at Total 3. It looks to me like Solana's about to take it there. People are piling into Solana. Can Solana flip Ethereum? Let's talk about that, and let's break it down. Is Solana going to flip Ethereum? This is a big possibility that could definitely go down. Something, you know what I mean? Thanks for showing up every single day. Your love and wisdom for free. Your stream got me through a tough patch in life and got me started into trading and also to be a better person. Hey, God bless you, man. Thank you. Thank you. You rock, brother. Keep going. GMF for life, bro. Shout out to Master Fred of the house. God bless you, brother. Yeah, good setup at SEI. It's bumming. Yep, thank you. Thoughts on Arrow? Maybe near term. I like Arrow right now. Great place to load up, in my humble opinion. Do whatever makes you happy, but I love Arrow. I'm in it right now. I like Arrow. So you have two scenarios. One, that we get some type of like just a little bit of crushy news, something up and down, and altcoins have to take a little bit of a pullback, gets everyone freaked out. Our one last chance again to load up, right? Or we start ripping out of this flag and we never look back. And there's a chance that starts happening. Higher lows are coming. Honestly, yeah, I mean, this to me is the pattern. That's on a major time frame. We could even look at that on this on the daily. So altcoins are, I mean, they're on the verge of a massive breakout. A massive breakout. It's basically saying like either tonight or tomorrow. I mean, and at the very least, September 27th, we may go sideways for basically 3 weeks. But man, get ready. And so it looks like when they get the alt, this is what I can see happening now, based off the charts. And the charts are kind of teaching me the sauce. When we get the rate hike, it looks like there's 100% going to be a rate hike. I believe there's going to be a double rate cut. I think that's what people don't understand. Everyone thinks there's going to be the surprise no rate cut. A double rate cut is what I'm saying. And what's going to happen is that free money is going into Solana ETFs, institutional support for Link, Solana. Link and Solana are going to get a lot of this money. Okay? And Solana is going to rip. It's going to be the first thing to really rip. Ethereum already had the ETF frenzy. Look at Sol Ethereum if you don't believe me. And take a look if that chart is starting to build up. And it is. You can see it looks like Sol has bottomed off the 618 on the daily. Let's even look at the 3-day chart. It had the bullish div. It got the bounce. And then go to your daily. Sorry, zoom in here without drawing on the screen. But you can see, look at, I mean, Sol is beating up against Ethereum, and it's making a rising wedge that looks like it's going to go parabolic. So when Sol breaks out, the market's going to pump, but it looks like it's definitely going to pump harder than Ethereum. And you can kind of see it. This was setting up. When Ethereum was beating on Sol, Sol was just going for its higher low on ETH. Everyone thought it had flipped. It's not the case. It's the other way around, right? So look, could Solana flip Ethereum? Solana at a $116 billion market cap, right? Ethereum with a $527 billion market cap. Still way far away, right? Not going to happen. Sol hits NASDAQ level speed, gearing up for a Alpenglow upgrade, boosting network throughput from 100,000 TPS, cutting block functionality from 12.8 seconds to 0.01 seconds, dude. Key impact validator operating costs dropped by 50%, making node participation easier and decentralized stronger. More validators, stronger network, higher security. Institutional investors should take note. Solana speed and finality are approaching NASDAQ levels. The buzz around potential Sol ETF and large corporate treasuries further enhance the platform's appeal for major capital flows. Like, it's got the on-ramp to rip. Like, this is a big deal. Okay? Let's take a look here at what's happening in the 20 Sarge coins. This is how we found SOMI. It's not that hard. Look, SOMI, we knew SOMI before it even hit the market. I told you SOMI was hot. I told you it was on my radar. It was one of the nice coins. I kept bringing it up over and over again. Pyth Network on my radar. I have a bag of Pyth. Ethena on my radar. 777s. Meme Core has been having some fun this week. Open Ledger. Union is another one you want to start looking at. Kite AI caught my radar today. I believe Kite AI could be the next SOMIA network, could do a 5 to 6x. I'd be paying attention to Kite AI. All right. Linnea is all right. Not amazing, but it's all right. And that Solana, man, doing damage, up 8% in 7 days. You got to love it. Bitcoin going sideways as suggested. Nothing too crazy now. We sold the local top. We're good at it. We nailed it. We do it all the time of the channel. Watch your 1 hour time frame as it gets back to the 21-day moving average. That's going to set us straight and kind of reposition us later on in the day for Bitcoin. God bless everybody here on the live. I'm just going to delete everything here. And so we've got this beautiful support. We've got a resistance. Same thing right here, right where we're at. We really want to end up closing this daily candle above it, but I'll take a daily candle right like that and then get our next one to moon. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Looking great. And then the 1 hour ripped, and we're just looking for the 1 hour to do a couple things here. Cool if it stays above this support, right, where that candle closed. And cool if the 21 can come back to the 200, the 20, price action comes back to the 21. 3 to 7 hours from now, I see us having a possible trade, or it could be a head and shoulder that dumps. I don't know exactly. I'm going to be watching it closely, but I wouldn't be jumping on in just yet. I think the 1 hour has some time to consolidate. It would be beautiful if we end up making a flag, which we very well may. And then that's going to be, if that makes a flag, then I'm definitely going to be trading that. And it looks like that could be somewhere between 5 and 7 o'clock tonight, you see? And you can figure this out too by hitting the plus sign, going here, hit shift, and moving sideways. It gives you about, 11 hours of time, right? So everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you for everybody here on the live. I just, want to see you go after your dreams and do what you want to do. God bless you, and I thank you so much. Just be a man about it when you do it. You know what I mean? Everybody, thank you so much. I'll see you on the next one. May God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in and pushing yourselves to the limit like I did today on a Monday. We'll be back tomorrow to battle these markets like we do every single day. I'll be in the charts. I'll be in the trading group, showing you what I see happening, giving you updates. We got elite charters. We got all sorts of altcoin scanners. We're going to be getting it in like we do every single day. God bless you all. I love you. Thank you so much. Crypto Lifers for life. Thank you. Remember, the secret to success is getting started.